It's looking like GTA 6 is gonna be one of them ones, y'all. It's gonna change the culture. Let's get into this goddamn.
Without a doubt, we're going to be stuck playing Grand Theft Auto 6 for 10 to 15 years, and maybe even more. Yeah, that's probably not what you want to hear. Aside from the obvious fact that you and I don't want to play the exact same Grand Theft Auto game for 20 years, from a business point of view, it doesn't make sense either. Why would Rockstar even want to do this? They could make way more money if they just pumped out games over and over again. GTA 5 is still selling 20 million copies a year. I couldn't even believe it when I read it. And although releasing a new game every year is unrealistic, every 5 years is certainly doable, and they'd be raking in billions. Call of Duty constantly releases the same garbage, but still manages to be the best-selling game every year, so why not do the same?
See, now here is the thing, and he's probably going to say this, but I'm gonna say it regardless. Or actually, you know what? Let me give him one more minute, and then I'll say my piece. If he doesn't say what I think he's gonna say.
And then it hit me. All the other companies pretend they're doing all they can to make a good game while realistically just being lazy because they know they can still sell copies. But on the other hand, Rockstar actually wants to make improvements and only release 10 out of 10 games. Not because they're some ethically sound company who wants us all to have a bunch of fun. I'm not delusional. But while these other companies have been profiting off of garbage that at one point or another is going to all come crashing down, Rockstar is playing the long game.
This is
their
what I've been
marketing
saying.
strategy,
This is
the
what I was
one
going to
where
say.
all they have to do is release a couple trailers, that'll come to an end if they even release one flop of a game. This random YouTube comment probably sums it up best. People are forgetting this is a multi-billion-dollar franchise. They literally invent new tech entirely for these games. That's why it takes so long. Rockstar actually knows how to spend the money properly. They don't have to spend millions on ads, and yet everyone and their dog knows GTA 6 is coming out next year. Their rep is just that strong.
Exactly, and now this is where I gotta add my piece, y'all, because this is the thing about GTA 6. I think that this is probably going to be... Actually, I'm not even going to say probably. I'm going to say this with certainty and conviction. It is going to be the biggest game of all time. I think this game is going to be so big to where there's going to literally be a shift in pop culture. That's how big this moment is going to be. I don't think people realize how gigantic this is going to be. Not only because it's going to be obviously a really good game that's been developed for a long time, but because of the amount of opportunities and waves that this is about to change. Like the same way that people was looking at Fortnite, and obviously Fortnite was a big game, but it ain't no GTA. Like, this is revolutionary, bro. And the reason why is because they're going about it in a different route than all the other games, bro. The problem that I got with all these franchises, like the 2Ks, the Call of Duties, the Halos, the Assassin's Creed, whatever you want to name it, they're all great franchises, right? And they all have a lot good. They all have a strong place in my heart because I played all those games in my childhood. But they've kind of fallen off in a way. Like, yeah, I get it. Like he said, they gonna sell well. They gonna do well every single year. People gonna play the games, and people aren't gonna be tired of it. But for me, it's like, how am I going to look at this from the perspective of a buyer, right? I get pissed off at 2K because it is literally the same thing every single year with just new draft picks and slider changes in color, and that shit bothers me, bro. Like Rockstar, even though a lot of times, yeah, we have the meme of like, oh, hopefully I make it to GTA 6 release. Hopefully this happens, or this happened before GTA 6 meme, whatever it is, right? But I'm totally down with waiting because I know that the product is going to be so good to where it's worth it. Like GTA 5 is already one of the best games of all time. And like he said, they're selling 20 million a year. And mind you, it came out in 2013. Bro, I was 13. I was like, I remember this when it came out, bro. I was literally, I was in 7th or 8th grade, I think. Yeah, it was spring 2013. So I believe I was in 8th grade when that came out. Like, bro, I remember that like it was yesterday. And the fact that I'm now grown up when this game is going to come out is even crazier to think about. But that's the thing, is like, this is such a legendary game, bro. There's the detail on this is going to be close to nothing else in comparison, right? Like, this is going to be the biggest thing ever.
Rockstar's in a unique position where they don't have to release games all the time. They have billions to play with and can afford to take their time.
And that's why
not many other companies have this
That's
luxury.
why they're the top dogs.
For most of us, Grand Theft Auto 6 is an automatic buy, even if it's going to cost us $200, because we trust that the game is going to be phenomenal.
That's another thing too. I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I saw that they said that GTA might be $100 or $150, I got pissed off. Not because I am mad at that it's, I wish it was cheaper, obviously, but I'm going to buy it regardless. That's the thing. There is no other game. I'm going to say that right now. There is not another game that has existed or probably will ever exist outside of the Rockstar series, the GTA and maybe Red Dead and other stuff like that, that I would ever pay over $100 for. Ever. I can tell you that right now. There isn't a single game besides GTA because they built that reputation. We know they're gonna deliver, right? We know they're not gonna miss. How can you not? How can you miss, bro? You got billions of dollars of investments in this game. They said this game costs more to make than the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world in Dubai, bro. Like that's how crazy this thing is. They've been working on it for over a decade. I'm gonna pay the 150, and even if they asked me to pay 250, I ain't gonna lie. It would hurt the pockets, and I'd be a little frustrated, but I would still do it.
And we don't want to watch all of our friends have fun without us. But the second Rockstar mixes themselves in with literally every other gaming company that does little to innovate or improve from one release to the next, they're going to lose that customer trust. And that automatic buy without hesitation that I was just talking about, that could all go away. Maybe it wouldn't happen immediately. They could still sell a bunch of copies of a trashy game. I mean, people hate Ghosts, but it's still one of the best-selling games in the Call of Duty franchise.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie though. I think Call of Duty Ghosts is actually overhated. I actually like that game. The campaign was really cool, and the multiplayer was pretty solid. It ain't one of the best, but it's actually a good game. I'll be real.
However, eventually, the laziness would catch up to them, and it ruins Rockstar's reputation not only for Grand Theft Auto, but also for the other big series like Red Dead Redemption. This is a huge part of the reason it took so long for GTA 6, and why it's probably going to take longer for GTA 7. After releasing GTA 5, Rockstar took a look at the technology, you know, the Xbox One and the PS4, and kind of came to the conclusion that, meh, this hardware isn't good enough for us to release a new Grand Theft Auto on. We're not going to be able to make that big of a jump in graphics and other gameplay mechanics. We don't want to ruin our reputation, so let's just wait it out.
Damn, I forgot I gotta buy a new console too. I'm about to drop a bag on this, but you know what? I got time. It's good.
Development for Grand Theft Auto 6 finally began around the same time that the PS5 released. After they saw the specs, it gave Rockstar some confidence that these consoles were actually worth making a game for. Now, it's not to say this is the only reason. Rockstar, of course, still has their own version of laziness, you know, releasing the exact same game on 3 different console generations, but it has done very well for them. I mean, personally, I've bought it on 2 different Xboxes, and then I went and bought it on PC, so the same thing's gonna happen with GTA 6, which is another reason it's gonna be around for a long time. They also had Red Dead 2 come out in the middle of all this, and they had to dedicate some resources over there. However, there's something else that probably most of you have had in the back of your mind while watching this video, wondering when I'm gonna mention it. Well, that time is here. At first, when I thought about 15 years of GTA 6 and came to the reality that it was likely gonna happen, I became pretty worried for the future. And my reason for this, I think, will make a lot of you mad, so controversial take here. I've always thought the single player for Grand Theft Auto 5 was great, but to be perfectly honest, I've never really found the online to be anything that special.
Alright, bro, see, now this is where you lost me. You are tripping. I'm sorry. Respectfully, and he knows he's probably tripping because he did say it was controversial. You are tripping. I will say, Red Dead 2 had an amazing campaign. Probably one of the best campaigns that Rockstar has ever created across any game they've ever released. But in terms of multiplayer, that shit was kind of bunk. I ain't gonna lie. But GTA Online, on the other hand, nah, that was crazy. And when they added heist and all them other things, it got real lit. Now imagine GTA 6 Online. Lord have mercy.
The reason I say this is because it's going to be a long 20 years if GTA 6 Online is just a copy and paste of GTA 5 Online. I've talked about this a couple times in my videos,
I doubt it,
so I'm not going to dwell on it for too long. It's not to say I hate online, because I don't. But you know how people talk about the 2-week Minecraft phase? That's kind of how I always felt about GTA Online. My friends and I would play for a week or two once a year, but there's just better multiplayer experiences out there. Even when the game first came out, aside from a couple of heists, nothing really stood out to me as that impressive or anywhere near the same quality as the story mission.
He's tripping, bro. I played online so much when it came out.
It's a tired old point nowadays. I mean, I'm sure you guys have had these thoughts, or you've heard countless other people say that GTA Online's repetitive. But at the end of the day, it's hard to argue with statistics. And statistics are pointing towards the fact that because of the huge success of GTA 5 Online, Rockstar's probably going to try to milk GTA 6 Online as much as they can.
To anyone that's watching this that's around my age, that was around for this era, when GTA 5 had the money glitch, and online everybody was raking in billions of dollars, bro, my character had like hundreds of millions of dollars, and I literally bought everything in the game, bro. That was a time, bro. Oh my god. I really wish I could time travel sometimes and just relive certain moments, because the times of just staying up all night playing GTA 5 with my homies, and that's why I wish I was doing YouTube back then, because I would have been crazy. Oh my god. Like, I think he's tripping, bro. I think GTA 5 online was a success, and I think GTA 6 online is going to be out of this world. Like, I think the amount of clips and what it's going to do for streaming, oh my god, bro. That's what I'm talking about. What it's going to do for streaming is going to be revolutionary. The way you saw a bunch of kids pop off on Fortnite and 2K and stuff like that, I'm telling you, there's going to be a literal content streaming revolution that forms from this game. There's going to be a ton of millionaires and popping streamers that literally come out from this game. Mark my words. And you know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to be one of them too. I'm going to be real.
It's much easier and cheaper to add content to a pre-existing game than to make an entirely new one. Which again is another reason why Rockstar doesn't want to constantly release GTA games. Splitting up employees between maintaining the current title's online mode and then having some of them working on an entirely new game, it's going to hurt both games and make people less likely to spend money on GTA. If you know that there's going to be a new game soon, why would you spend money on the old one? But it's not all bad news, and I don't think GTA 6 Online is going to suffer the same fate of being boring and repetitive. Something I found interesting when looking back in time is that the multiplayer for the Xbox 360 and the PS3 versions of GTA 5 stopped receiving updates in September 2015. This was pretty much 2 years after the game release, due to those older consoles just not having the hardware to keep up with future plans. And
bro, that is so crazy how that's how old GTA 5 is. Like, you could play it on the 360, bro. Oh my god, so much time has passed.
Realistically, also
That's
so that
crazy.
people would buy copies on the next-gen consoles. But the reason I mention this is the Take-Two CEO, which is the company that owns Rockstar, pretty much said that they didn't expect the success of GTA Online.
Now, GTA Online, it became a massive success immediately. Did you expect it to...
No, I don't think any of us did.
Really?
But you mix that in with the fact that they were
To me,
also
that'd be
held back
obvious.
for 2 years due to the old consoles. So GTA Online got off to a really slow start, with Rockstar having to scramble to figure out how to run it properly.
Oh, yeah,
Which is
I
why
remember the glitches,
you can see
bro.
how I'm a little bit
It
more
wouldn't work for like
optimistic
a month
for
straight.
GTA 6 Online, even if we're going to be playing it for 20 years. Rockstar knows that it's a huge success now, and they've been planning for it. We now have consoles with over 30 times the amount of RAM and 30 times the amount of GPU capabilities when you compare them to the consoles that GTA 5 was released on. I mean, they spent $1 billion frickin' dollars developing this game.
On a game,
Even
bro.
more comparisons.
On
You know,
a
you had
game.
1,000 people working on GTA 5. There's over 4,000 working on GTA 6. They've had 12 years to sit on ideas. They've had 12 years to study what's worked well in other games. We had Rockstar buying 5M, which pretty much confirms roleplay servers. We have crossplay
Yes!
becoming the industry standard.
Let's go! I didn't even know that, bro. I never did GTA roleplay. That was the one thing I never got into, and I'm gonna run that shit up on GTA 6. I'm so excited.
You're finally going to be able to
Oh
play
my
with all your
God.
friends and have a lot more fun. Past that, we also know that GTA 6 map is going to be huge, which gives them a lot of area to work with for GTA Online updates. And this should hopefully give us different storylines
so
depending
excited,
on what
bro.
part of the maps you're
I'm
in.
so
Also
excited.
meaning that we're going to get to interact with a bunch of different characters. So, while it is extremely likely that we're going to be playing GTA 6 for years to come, I think the game's going to have a lot better longevity than GTA 5 did. There's no chance they copy and paste GTA 5 Online into 6 because it would lose them so much money and respect, with people getting bored of it way too quickly. And sure, at some point along the way, people are going to get bored of GTA 6. It just happens with every game. But with the sheer amount of content that we can expect from
Bro.
Rockstar, and then you add on top the community being given the ability to make custom game modes and roleplay servers, I think we're looking at something pretty good. Like I said,
Bro, this
GTA
is gonna
5
be
being around for so
legendary.
long kind of made me dislike the game, but for GTA 6, it'll be different. And if you're still not convinced, let me offer some additional proof that, to be honest, I'm kind of surprised nobody is talking about. There was an interesting Bloomberg article from a couple years ago that I'm going to read a little bit from. Original plans for Grand Theft Auto 6, codenamed Project Americas, were for it to be more vast than any Grand Theft Auto game to date, with early designs calling for the inclusion of territories modeled after large swaths of North and South America. But in its current state, the main map has been cut down to a fictional version of Miami and its surrounding areas. If GTA 6 is going to be around for a long time, we definitely are going to need map expansions, but the article kind of makes it seem like the whole Project Americas thing has been scrapped.
Yeah, I remember
But
hearing
something
about
else
that,
that I
actually.
found actually points to the fact that it's still going to happen. There was this modding project that brought Liberty City to GTA 5, updated graphics, more
Yo,
entry-world
I never
buildings,
saw that.
stuff like that. But Rockstar took it down immediately. Some believe that this is because of GTA 4 remasters in the works, but it's also possible that Liberty City could be added to GTA 6, and Rockstar didn't want to ruin the excitement.
Yeah, bro, I remember hearing about that a long time ago. They were talking about like how there'd be a possibility to literally fly to every remastered map of every previous GTA game, before. So it's like you playing GTA 6 in Miami, but you could fly to Los Santos, or you could fly to Vice City, or not Vice City. Sorry, you could fly to New York, Liberty City, right? Like if they do that, bro, it's already going to be the best game of all time. But if they do that, then it'll be undisputed. There'll be nothing that will compete with that for literally decades. I'm gonna say that. Straight
And
up.
I think this sounds
Straight up.
pretty reasonable based on the fact that they
that'd
were
be
originally
crazy.
planning something like this. Now, to be fair, this is mostly just my speculation. However, imagine how crazy people would go if Nico returned in GTA 6.
Bro.
Or even if we just got a little snippet of Liberty City. All in all, I could be completely wrong. I'm rarely optimistic about many things, especially in the video game industry.
Jesus.
But with Rockstar, I just
Come on,
trust
man, lighten
them,
up.
and historically, that has been the right thing to do. However, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to help me feed my family.
Oh damn, gang. Oh yeah, do not buy shark cards for surely. But yeah, Rockstar literally has no competition. That's what they do, bro. They are literally the goats of this thing. They're of this shit, okay? They're the goats of this shit. Rockstar, I love you. Y'all are the goats. I cannot wait for GTA 6. I will keep repeating myself like a broken record. It's going to be the biggest game of all time. And I can't wait to hop on that goddamn stream with y'all and go do the role plays and all the crazy stuff. GTA 6 is going to flourish a lot of millionaires and a lot of streamers, y'all. We gonna see a revolution in content. Y'all know what it is, though. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all on this goddamn.
Shade on my neck is so bright like a beam. Ballin' LA and I feel like Kareem. Run up a mill at my nigga make me. Know that the money is all that you seek. Claim you a vegan, but then you want beef.